Alright, hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the second video in a series of videos that I started to make on building this new song together with you guys. This is my latest song. I think it's called Call Me. And if you recall last time, what we did is we took this vocal audio clip and we bounced it to a sample and took that sample, chopped it up, and then assigned those slices to a drum kit so that I can trigger them, you know. And that was a lot of fun, and we're going to use that later on in the production. Alright, today what we're going to do is we're going to get out of this 4-bar graveyard is what I call it. So it's basically a 4-bar loop, and that's what we kind of, a lot of beat makers start out with, you know, 2 bars or 4 bars and kind of get stuck in that loop, just changing little things around. And but for some reason, you know, we never progress past that, and we go on to like a new beat, and the excitement's not there anymore with that old one. So go to a new kit, try out a new beat to do another 4-bar loop, and so on and so forth. I know that I have a lot of 4-bar loops saved in my files here, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. So it's the 4-bar graveyard. So we got to get out of this graveyard. And I think the best remedy for that is to start to take that loop and copy and paste it in the arranger. So duplicate it and, you know, make 24 bars or 32 bars or whatever, just so that it's a continuous linear flow of music. And what you can do is, instead of it having a loop back to the beginning after 4 bars, you're in a new section that you can modify. Even the simplest modification really helps you progress with your song or your beat. For example, after 4 bars, you can bring in a bass line or a keyboard, or you can, you know, change the drum pattern between the first 4 bars and the second 4 bars. So many things you could do, and I have a feeling we're going to do that with this song. So that's the first step out of the, you know, the loop graveyard, is just copy and paste your loop, and so that you have, you know, a linear extension of your beat. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. So right now we're in the main page, and I'm going to just go to our main drum kit here. Yep, turn it up a bit. Okay, you notice that I have that articulation on there, okay, which we've talked about in other videos. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go to the arranger. So it's this icon here. If you don't have it in your shortcut menu, you could probably have that arranger icon in your main menu here, and you know that you can just hold and drag something over. You can, that's how you move things around. So you can drag that icon into your shortcuts menu, and it's really handy to have the arranger icon in the shortcuts. Alright, let's go there. And here we have our arranger. So I have 4 bars here, and in the previous video what we had done was we had recorded our clips from the clip matrix into the arranger. Okay, so we took those little sequences, that's what they are, those little loops or little sequences from clip matrix, and we copied them into the arranger, and now they are displayed as a linear flow of either MIDI notes or audio clips. Alright, so let's take a listen, and you can follow along when I play. first track is the piano, second is the audio clip, and down here are the drums. Okay, now as we could see, it is at 4 bars and then it loops around, and we have it set to loop. Okay, and this, when you have this set to loop, it's this white bar up here that shows up. So if I take this off, that white bar goes away. I guess it's, I forget the exact name of it, but it's basically the loop bar, and you can change the the size of the how long you want the loop to be by just by clicking and pressing and dragging this. Okay, so that's really cool. Now what we're going to do is, so let's bring that back. Oops, it's snapping to the next beat. Let me just bring it here. So now what we want to do is we want to copy everything that's under the loop and duplicate it. All right, so to do that, what we do is we go to this edit icon, which is this pencil up here in the corner, and you press that, and then you have a bunch of sequence edit choices. Okay, things like erase, clear, clear events, trim, transpose. You can delete bars, you can insert bars, and half length, double length. What we're going to do is we are going to try the double length. Okay, that's one way to do it. Do ×2 double length, and now it doubled everything that was in that sequence, the whole length of the sequence. Okay, so it goes 8 bars. Now I think if we press this again, and I think what you can do is copy sequence as well. Let's try that. Copy sequence here, it gives you the choice to copy the contents of sequence 1 and over to the contents of sequence 2. Oh yeah, this, what you can do is copy stuff from one sequence into a completely different sequence. And there's reasons that you would want to do this. For example, if you're using sequences to build up into a song, a succession of sequences, you might copy one sequence from to another, and so you have 2 copies of the identical sequence, but then you can modify the second sequence a little bit, and one could be your introduction, the other could be a verse, and then you can copy that again to sequence 3, modify that even more. And so it's a quick and easy way to keep the framework of your main sequence but change it throughout the different parts of the song. Okay, but we're not going to do that. So so the best way to extend your sequence is just go to the edit button and hit double the length ×2. And so let's do it 2 more times, and then 1 more. And then you could automatically see here, it's indicated that how many bars we have. We have 32 bars now. All right. And I'm going to take the loop button off because we don't really need it at this point. And so now we have escaped out of the 4-bar graveyard, and we are now in 32 bar land. Okay. So let's take it from there and see what the next step is going to be. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is start sketching out the framework of my song. So I think just by natural flow, I think I'm going to keep this main audio phrase, which is please won't you call me just to say hello. I'm going to keep that twice. It just sounds kind of natural when you hear it once, you want to hear it again. And then after that, so that's after the 8th bar. So let's scroll over here to bar number 9 here. And what I'd like to do is I am going to then delete these 2 particular audio phrases here so that we can fit in a verse. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to expand this a little bit here. a really easy way in the arranger, which is really cool, is you just turn on your loop again and you place it over the area that you want to delete. So I want to delete these two bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So those two bars. And I'm simply going to go to the erase button here. You can see it's on the edge of your screen. And when you hit this erase button, it's going to erase or ask you to erase anything that's under the loop. So that's really cool. So I hit the erase button, and then you see it says sequence 1, track audio 001. That's our vocal track. And then it says from bar 5 to bar 13. And is that what we want? Nope, that's not the correct bar, so let's cancel that. And we want it from bar 9. There we go, to bar 17. Okay. So then let's do it again. So hit erase. And then it asks from bar 9 to bar 17. Yep, that's perfect. That's what we want. And do we want to erase everything or just the automation? And yes, we want to erase everything. And so you say do it. So we'll hit that. And there we go. It cut it out for you perfectly. So that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to undo it. And so another way to do this is in the grid editor. So if you highlight the audio track, you highlight grid. And then because we duplicated the 4-bar phrasing, so it created 4-bar clips automatically, right? And you can almost make out here, you could see that there's a division here, a little space. That's where the clip ends. So all you do is you select, you take a look at which clips you want to delete, and you highlight it with this. So you use the arrow icon here, and then tap on the audio clip itself, and you see it highlighted that 4-bar clip. And then you just press the erase icon, and now when you touch, so basically every time you press these icons, it's giving a different function to your finger touching the screen. Okay, so you select with the arrow, and then you hit the eraser icon, and you touch that clip, and it's gone. Let's see if it will work if I don't select it. Yep, it still works. Okay. And so that's another way you can delete segments of your audio clip. If there wasn't a natural break in your audio clip, let's say you didn't do a duplicate of your audio clip, then what you would do is you would use the scissor here and then touch at the area on your clip where you want to cut it. Like for example, if I wanted to cut it right between these two peaks here, I would hit the scissor and then touch right around there, and see it created a clip. And then I could just hit the erase button and erase that. Okay, so that's how you can do some more surgical like erasing. So let's undo all that, and let's go back to the arranger. Okay, and now let's once again, using the loop bar, let's delete that. So remember, you just put your loop bar over the area you want to delete, hit erase, make sure all this is correct, and then you hit do it, and there we go. So that's like the fast and easy way to do it. All right. Okay, I think I'm actually going to need to delete 8 more bars, just the way the counting is in the tempo of the song. I'll show you what I mean later, but let's just do that. So I'm just going to move my loop bar over here, and then hit erase. And again, it knows to erase the audio because that's the track that's highlighted. Okay. So I hit erase, just double check audio track 1. Yep. Bar 17 to bar 25. Do it. Okay, gone. Now, instead of doing a punch in and punch out of my new vocal take that I'm going to do here next time, what I'm going to do is just something easier. I'll keep this track and just have these this kind of main hook on it. And what I'm going to do is duplicate that track. So it's going to duplicate everything about the track, you know, all the settings, the effects, everything. So I'm going to duplicate the track, and we'll duplicate without events. And then that way I can record my vocal on the new vocal track while listening back to this track, and that way I can like start before the one if I need to, and I can have the two vocal tracks overlapping, so that just makes kind of sound a little natural, or just a nice effect to have. So let's do that. I'm going to highlight this, and let's see where it is. So it says copy events, duplicate track, duplicate track. So we duplicated the track without events. Okay. If we wanted the events, then we would have gone to copy events. Okay, and then you can have it copy from one track and then paste it to another track that you would just select here. Okay. So we don't want to do that right now, but that's good to know, right? Okay, so now we have our vocal track, and all the settings on that track should be identical. Let's just double check. So if I go back to, let's see, if I go to my mixer and we go to effects, you see here's my original audio track. The new audio track, the copy, has the same effects. So that's a good thing about, you know, doing duplicate track. It copies over all these settings. All right, go back to main. Oops, an arranger. So now I have, so what do we have so far? We have our intro vocal part. Let's play that. Sorry. You see when I did play start, it started where the beginning of the loop is. Okay. If you hit play start, typically it starts from the beginning of your track. But if you have your loop activated, it will start from the beginning of your loop. So let's deactivate the loop, and then I'll do play start, and it starts from the beginning. Okay. So this is right now. This is a rough sketch. So the vocal phrase will be the intro, and then it repeats. And then what we did is we created this empty space here, and this is where the first verse will come in. Right now I haven't sung it yet, so it's empty. And this is great because now I can kind of just think of, you know, how I'm going to lay it in there. And of course what we're going to do is we're going to activate track, make sure that the record arm is on and that we're track 3 is activated. Okay, and then when we're ready to record, we're just going to hit the record button, and our vocals will record to this new track. So again, what we did is we extended our loop to get out of the loop graveyard, and then we deleted. I showed you two ways to delete a portion of an audio clip, and then we duplicated a track so that we're going to record our main vocals, the verse 1, verse 2, etc., on this new track, and blend it in nicely with the main hook track. Okay, so I think we'll stop here because it's a lot. So take a listen to this again, and thanks for staying around this long if you're still here. And I really appreciate your guys' support. So if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff, and that will really help my channel, and it'll help me to make more videos for you guys too. So all right, so looking forward to continue building the song, and until then, take care. Peace.